Good morning, dear students. How are you, students? I hope you are all safe and you are doing your homework properly. In which topic we have learned in our last class? We have learned about scalar and vector quantities, distance and displacement, and velocity. Do you remember, children? Okay. A physical quantity that is fully described by its magnitude is a scalar quantity. What is meant by vector quantity? Physical quantity that is fully described by both magnitude and direction. It is a vector quantity. Distance is the total path travelled by an object. It has only magnitude. Displacement is the shortest distance between the start point and finish point with direction. It has magnitude and direction. Can you say the definition of velocity? The speed and direction of motion of an object. What is the SI unit of velocity? Meter per second. Now we can study about uniform and non-uniform motion. If a body covers equal distance in equal intervals of time, this is called uniform motion. For example, a car running at a constant speed of 10 meter per second. It means car covering distance 10 meter per second. Its motion will be in the uniform. So, a body with uniform velocity is in uniform motion. Next one is non-uniform motion. If an object covers equal distances in unequal intervals of time, it is said to be in non-uniform motion. For example, a cycle is moving with variable speed. It will be represent the non-uniform motion. So, a body with non-uniform velocity is in non-uniform motion. A car moving around a circular track with uniform speed is in non-uniform motion as the direction is changing. Next one is average velocity. To find the average velocity, we need to divide total displacement by the total time taken. Average velocity is equal to total displacement divided by time. If the displacement is 0, velocity also becomes 0. Acceleration is the rate at which an object increases speed or velocity. When a body has non-uniform velocity, the body has acceleration. A body with uniform velocity does not have acceleration. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time taken. Acceleration acts in the direction of the net force acting on an object. Acceleration is inversely proportional to the mass of an object. So, acceleration is equal to net force divided by mass. It means A is equal to F divided by M, or F is equal to M into A. F is the force, M is the mass, and A is the acceleration. Acceleration due to gravity. An object is dropped from a height. It falls down due to the gravitational force of the earth. The acceleration of the body while falling down, acceleration due to gravity. It is represented by G. The value of G is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. The approximate value is 10 meter per second square. So the formula for F is equal to M into G. Next one is weight. The force of gravity acting on an object. The weight of an object on or above the earth in the gravitational force that the earth exerts on the object. SI unit of weight is Newton. The weight always acts downward toward the center of the earth. Measurement of weight. We can measure the weight of an object using spring balance. Spring balance consists of a spring fixed with a pointer at the upper end and a hook at the lower end. It has scale in Newton. Do you know what is the principle of spring balance? When the force is more, the pull on the spring is more. When the force is more, the pull on the spring is more. So, the extension produced in a spring is directly proportional to the gravitational force. Here, the spring balance shows the weight of the stone. We can measure the weight of grains, vegetables, fruits, etc. Now, we can compare the mass and weight of an object. Mass is a property of matter. Weight depends on the effects of gravity. Mass cannot be 0, but weight can be 0 if no gravity acts upon an object as in space. Mass does not change according to location or place to place. Weight increases or decreases with lighter, higher or lower gravity. Mass is a scalar quantity because it has magnitude. Weight is a vector quantity because it has magnitude and is directed toward the center of the earth. Mass may be measured using an ordinary balance or beam balance. Weight is measured using a spring balance. Mass is measured in grams and kilograms. Unit is kilogram. Weight is measured in newtons. Unit is Newton. Good morning, children. How are you all? Okay. Today we have learned about motion, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. What do you mean by uniform motion? Uniform motion means, what is that? A body covers equal distance in equal intervals of time. Okay, your body covers equal distance in equal intervals of time. For example, this vehicle. Okay, this vehicle is moving from here to this point to this point. Okay, how they will be moved? Within 1 hour, they will be moved 5 kilometers, and after 2 hours, they will be moved 5 kilometers. Again, next 3 hours, they will be moved 5 kilometers. So, this is same distance. They will be take the same interval of time. Okay, this is the non-uniform motion. Sorry, uniform motion. Next, non-uniform motion means your body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. Listen here, the vehicle is moving from this point to that point. Within 1 hour, they will be move 5 kilometers. After 2 hours, they will be moved 7 kilometers. After 3 hours, 10 kilometers. So, the distance is same. Okay, the distance is same, but the intervals of time is different. So, it will be body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. This is called non-uniform motion. Next one is weight. Do you know? Weight, an object on the earth, is the gravitational force exerted by the earth on that object. Listen here, the object is in the earth. Okay, because of the gravitational force, the object is on the earth. That object we have to measure it. Okay, that is called weight. For example, when we use the spring balance, we can measure the weight. Do you know the spring balance? Listen, this is the spring balance. Okay, we have to use this spring balance to measure the weight of object. Okay, listen here, this is the spring. Okay, in middle it has a spring. This spring fixed with a pointer to the upper end. Okay, the spring fixed with a pointer to the upper end. In the lower end, it has a hook. Okay, using this hook, we have to hang the weight in the middle. Okay, in the middle, we have to hang the weight. Okay, what is the principle of the spring balance? Do you know? Listen, the force is more or force is more. Okay, when we are taken the object like this, listen here. Listen, this is the normal measurement. Okay, this is 0. Now this is 0. Here kilometer, here LBS. Okay, the scale is LBS. LBS means location based service. LBS means location based service. It means pound mass or pound. Okay, listen here, this is the scale of kilo, this is the LBS. Okay, scale. Next, when we are taken the object, the spring will be increased. Okay, the spring length will be increased. Listen here. See, now I have taken the heavy object. See, the length is increasing. How much length is here? How much weight is here now? The length is increasing the spring. Okay, listen, now 8 kg. Okay, the weight of this bag is 8 kg. Did you understand? What is the principle of this? The force is more, the pull of the spring is more. Okay, when we are taken the weight of object, it will be more, the pull of the spring will be more. First question, if a girl runs around a circular track of length 400 meter and comes back to the initial point in 40 seconds, what would be her speed and velocity? We have to find the speed and velocity. Solution. What is the formula for speed? Speed is equal to distance divided by time. Distance divided by time. What is the distance here? Distance is equal to 400 meter. Okay, 400 meter. What is the time? Initial point in 40 seconds. Okay, time is equal to 40 seconds. Then we have to substitute the values here. Speed is equal to distance divided by time. So, distance 400 meter divided by time is 40 seconds. We have to cut these numbers. Okay, 1 4 is 4. Here 1 4 is 4. Balance 0. 10 meter per second. What is the speed now? Speed is equal to 10 meter per second. What we have to find next? Velocity. What is the formula for velocity? Velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. Listen here. What is the displacement here? If a girl runs around a circular track of length 400 meter and comes back. Okay, when she is moving 400 meter, again she comes back. So what is the displacement? Displacement is 0. Okay, so displacement is 0. 0 divided by time is 40 seconds. What is the answer here? 0. So velocity is 0. Speed is equal to distance divided by time. Distance equal to 400 meter. Time is equal to 40 seconds. S is equal to, speed is equal to distance divided by time. So answer is 10 meter per second. Then velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. We have to displacement is equal to 0 because 400 meter. She moves 400 meter and comes back. When she comes back at the same distance or same way, the displacement is equal to 0. Okay, so 0 divided by 40 seconds. So velocity is 0. Listen to the second question. How far will a car with average speed 60 km per hour move in 4 hours? Okay, how much far? So we have to find the distance. Solution. What is the formula for distance? Distance is equal to, listen, before that we know the formula for speed. Is it? Speed is equal to distance divided by time. From here we have to write the distance. Okay, so distance equal to speed into time. Speed into time. How much speed here? Speed is equal to 60 km per hour. 60 km per hour. Time is equal to 4 hours. So we have to find the distance now. Distance is equal to speed into time. So 60 km per hour into 4 hours. So we have to multiply these numbers. 60 into 4. Okay. 4 6 are 24. How many answers now? 240 kilometers. Okay. Distance is equal to speed into time. So 60 into 4. We have to multiply these numbers. Answer is 240 kilometer. Listen here. This is the picture study questions. Okay. Mark the path of distance and displacement of a cyclist moving from a point near tree A. This point. Okay. Then to a friend's house at B. This is the B. And then to another tree C. We have to find the distance and displacement. Okay. Distance means the object covered the distance. Okay, the object covered the distance. So from A to C, one man is moving from this tree to, then moving to B and moving to C. So the distance is equal to A to B, from B to C. Okay, is the distance. What is the length? From A to B is 4 meter plus from B to C 3 meter. So what is the distance? 7 meter. Total 7 meters. Okay. From A to B and B to C. So displacement means it has a magnitude and direction. In the distance has only the magnitude, but the displacement has magnitude and direction. So the boy is moving to C. It will be direction from A to C. He is moving the straight line. Okay. A to C is a displacement. So what is the value? From A to C, 5 meter. This is the displacement. Listen the next question. Find the distance and displacement of a physics teacher who walks around a rectangular field twice. She starts from the point A, goes over to B, C and D, then finally to point A. We have to find the distance and displacement. Okay. First, she walks around a rectangular field twice. Okay. So, we have to find distance. The distance travelled by teacher once. Listen here. She travels around a rectangular field twice. First we have to find one time. Okay, the distance travelled by teacher one time. Okay, what is the distance from A to B and B to C? Again C to D and D to A. Okay, this opposite sides are same. Okay, so we have to write first from A to B, this opposite side is same. So 50 meter. 50 meter plus B to C 30 meter plus again C to D 50 meter plus again D to A 30 meter. We have to add this number 50, 30, 50 and 30. So 160. Okay, how many here? 160 meter. Listen, the distance travelled by teacher once. Again, the distance travelled by teacher twice. Okay, so it's equal to 2 into 160. Okay, 2 into, it is a twice. So 2 into 160. We have to multiply this number. 160 into 2, 12, 1 balance, 2 is 2 plus 3. So 330. 330 meter. The distance is 330 meter. Now we have to find the displacement. Okay, listen, the teacher walks around rectangular field from A to B, from B to C, again C to D and from D to A. Okay, she is coming back. Starting point and the ending point is same. Okay, she is coming back. So the displacement is 0. Okay, the displacement is 0. Why the displacement is 0? Because she walks at the point A. Again she is coming to ending point is A. Okay, so the displacement is 0. We can check the exercise answers now. From page number 37, Choose the correct option to fill in the blank. First one, a body is in uniform motion if it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. Answer is in a specified direction. Second one, a car moving around a circular track with uniform speed is in non-uniform motion. Third one, if the displacement is 0, velocity is 0. Fourth one, acceleration is a vector quantity. Fifth one, when the net force on a body is more, acceleration is more. Page number 38. Name the following. First question, translatory motion along a curved line. Answer is curvilinear motion. Number 2, a motion that repeats itself at regular intervals. Answer is periodic motion. Third one, when a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. Answer is uniform speed. Fourth one, speed with direction. Answer is velocity. Fifth one, gravitational force exerted by the earth on an object. Answer is gravity. Sixth one, an instrument to measure weight of an object. Answer is spring balance. Choose the correct option. First one, revolution of the earth is an example of both A and C. Second one, an example of a vector quantity, force. Velocity is displacement divided by time. Fourth one, a body moving with uniform velocity is in uniform motion. Fifth one, weight of an object can vary from place to place. C. Write T for true and F for false. First one, a toy train moving around a circular track has rotatory motion. Answer false. Second one, the plucked string of a guitar has vibratory motion. True. Third one, displacement is a scalar quantity. False. Fourth one, the body is said to be in uniform motion if it has uniform velocity. Answer true. Fifth one, weight of a person on the earth depends on the gravitational force exerted by the earth. Answer is true. Choose the correct answer. In translatory motion, an object is permanently displaced from its original position. Second one, movement of a fly is an example of random motion. When a body moves along a straight line covering equal distances in equal intervals of time, then the body has uniform velocity. The gravitational pull on an object decreases as its distance increases from the surface of the earth. Fifth one, the gravitational force exerted by the earth on an object is called weight. The weight of a person on moon is less than that on the earth. Mass of a person on the earth is 56 kg. His mass on Jupiter will be exactly 56 kg. Listen children, your activity is from book page number 41. We have completed 2 questions from picture study. You should complete remaining picture study questions and answers. Also you have to complete My Learning Corner. This is the activity. Children, we have completed this lesson. I will send few questions. You should prepare the answers and learn it well. Thank you.